The command that demands obedience is actually the only language honest enough to articulate a trust you've been too wounded to voice. And true partnership requires not enforcing compliance, but learning to follow the lead of a creature who loves without agenda, until presence becomes the only reliable compass. In Heel, Sophie Lyon delivers a canine mystery that transforms the police dog trope into a profound exploration of interspecies attunement and institutional healing, proving that in precincts defined by hierarchy, justice isn't found in control, it's forged in the radical act of yielding to intuition when protocol demands you dominate. This isn't merely another procedural with paw prints, it's a psychologically precise narrative where every alert feels like both evidence and elegy. Consent to connect is negotiated through somatic reciprocity rather than assumed authority, and safety means honoring the dog beneath the badge when the system demands they remain tool. From the first kibble and concrete narration, listeners are immersed in a world where scent is syntax and stillness is the only true signal. Perfect for fans of authentic canine fiction and stories where healing happens through nonverbal trust, this audiobook serves up atmospheric reverence, relentless emotional honesty, and protagonists whose journey from fractured handler to integrated partner resonates with anyone who's ever mistaken volume for truth. When Rookie Officer Maya Lin is assigned a retired detection dog deemed unreliable after her previous handler's death, she expects disciplinary reassignment, not to discover Echo's hesitation mirrors the exact suppression she's endured beneath years of performative competence, and the dog's persistent nudges bypass trained protocols to point toward emotional truths Maya has spent decades avoiding in the rush to prove her worth. But as they navigate cold cases and fractured team dynamics, Maya realizes this partnership isn't about correction, it's about integration. Lyon masterfully avoids reducing Echo to defective equipment or Maya to inadequate handler. Instead, she crafts a relationship where canine intuition guides human emotional processing, where consent is renegotiated through body language and shared breath, and where safety emerges not from dominance, but from mutual trust in stillness. The audiobook narration amplifies this symbiosis, capturing Maya's disciplined focus fracturing into raw receptivity, while Echo's presence is conveyed through organic sound design that makes every pause feel like dialogue. You don't just hear the investigation unfold, you feel the seismic shift of two beings learning that some rescues can only happen when you stop demanding they speak your language. What elevates Heel beyond typical canine mysteries is its nuanced portrayal of police work as somatic therapy rather than bureaucratic obligation. Maya isn't merely solving crimes, she's confronting how law enforcement culture glorifies vocal authority over embodied knowing, challenging the notion that worth equals audible results. Her relationships evolve through acts of radical reciprocity, sharing silences during rest periods that bypass performance, setting boundaries that protect both operational readiness and emotional integrity, and honoring Echo's needs against commanders who mistake animals for equipment. Supporting characters shine with uncomfortable authenticity, fellow officers whose dedication masks burnout, dispatchers whose silence carries intergenerational weight, even the precinct itself rendered as living archive, whose worn floors absorb decades of unspoken bargains. Every interaction reinforces the novel's core truth. In systems built on extraction, tenderness is tactical advantage, and presence is the only reliable navigation. Even the procedural mechanics serve thematic depth, with scent discrimination mirroring emotional attunement and training drills becoming metaphors for earned trust. For audiobook listeners, this production is an immersive sensory descent into sacred stillness. The narrator embodies Maya's evolving perspective with remarkable range, from professional cadence to trembling vulnerability during breakthroughs, while Echo's presence is conveyed through layered sound design, distant traffic marking temporal rhythm, rhythmic breathing during tracking sequences, the soft click of nails on linoleum anchoring moments of clarity. Sound design enhances atmosphere without overwhelming intimacy, radio static syncing with heartbeats during quiet exchanges, creaking station floors marking temporal disorientation, the hushed rustle of turnout gear during vulnerable confessions, all ground psychological stakes in tangible reality. Pacing mirrors the rhythm of real canine partnership, deliberate during observation and foundational bonding, then gently surging when connection surfaces or memory aligns. Whether you're commuting through urban noise or sitting in heated solitude, the audiobook creates a portable sanctuary where slowness feels sacred and embodiment feels lifeline. It's storytelling as embodied empathy, transforming passive listening into active participation in a journey where saving others becomes the path to saving oneself. Ultimately, Heel redefines the canine mystery by centering interspecies trust within institutional frameworks. It satisfies genre cravings for fair play clues and satisfying reveals, while delivering substantive commentary on responder mental health, neurodivergent communication, and the radical act of believing in those society has written off. No prior series knowledge is needed. It stands confidently as a complete emotional odyssey. If you've ever wondered whether broken things can still serve purpose, or if loyalty can exist without conditions, this audiobook will affirm that sometimes the truest witnesses are the ones who love without an agenda. Press play, lace up your boots, and prepare to believe that even in the deepest silence, hearts still find ways to guide each other home. Your next favorite mystery isn't waiting in human confessions, it's waiting in the quiet certainty of a dog who knows exactly who deserves a second chance.